no bones about it. I'm working the graveyard shift tonight. I started out, as most of you know, a couple of years ago as a raw vegan. I was really fascinated by raw veganism, and I really felt that after everything I studied, how come I cannot drink water without it being all over me? Can you? Yeah, probably. I have a hole in my lip. But I started searching on how to, like, prevent cancer, cure cancer. I'm getting on in age, and everybody in my family has cancer or leukemia. And it seemed to come out that the raw food diet was like the cure-all, be-all, end-all, do-all of all diets. I love animals, so I thought not eating animals was a great thing. I'm not crazy about meat, so I thought it was the way to go. And I did. I did it. I think I was hardcore raw vegan. I did a bunch of like videos on dehydrating. I got into dehydrating. I bought myself some new dehydrators. I got some really good dehydrators. I decided just to tackle it all in. That's kind of the way I am about stuff. I just go all in when I win and try something for myself. I mean, there's so much out there that is so confusing, especially when you're my age. And it seems like the world's moving faster and faster, and I don't have that much time left. And, you know, it's like, heck, I was just getting used to automatic doors opening, and now you got those sinks that squirt water when you wave your hand underneath them. And shoot, I catch myself going up to a towel dispenser now and doing this to it. Oh my God, I was somewhere the other day and they actually had one that you had to crank the towel out, and I was so thrilled. And I thought, you know what, I bet all these young people do not know how to work this dispenser. That would tickle me. Here, honey, this is how you do it. The world's moving, is my point, and it's moving fast. And I'm pedaling hard to stay up, and I'm trying to learn technology, and I'm trying so hard to just, I want to be out there. I think that the only thing we have left to leave is maybe something we've discovered about ourselves, or something that we can prove that is right in a world where everything seems so wrong. Eggs are good, eggs are bad, eggs are good, eggs are bad, eggs are good, bad, bad, who knows? I asked a dietitian one time, I said, give me one thing, just one thing to not eat, ever. That's the most unhealthy thing in the world, and I will avoid it like the plague. And she said, margarine. Margarine, it's plastic. I haven't eaten margarine in 40 years now. So, you know, I knew when they came back and said, oh, butter's good for you. I was like, yeah, I knew that a long time ago, you know, just never convince anybody. I mean, I pretty much listened to our government, the standard sad American diet, you know, low fat, high carbs, fruits, veggies. And so when I tried the raw vegan diet, I didn't lose any weight. I think I lost 7 pounds over the 6 months I was hardcore. And everyone kept saying, oh, lay off the seeds, lay off the nuts. So I did, you know, and it was like no cheese. That was the worst. So I went, and I was hungry all the time. My body ached all the time. I didn't feel better. This was just me personally, you know. But then I went just vegan. I wanted hot food. It became winter time, and I wanted hot soup and hot tomato soup and hot, you know, veggies and things. And so I just did that, and I was much happier, and it was a little bit better. And I did that for probably about 9 to 10 months. Didn't lose any weight. I think I gained back the 6 or so I lost from the raw vegan. But I was hungry all the time. And like I said, I've even had a gastric bypass about 10 years ago. And it worked I had 5 years of being almost a normal size. I never got really thin. And I only ever lost about 5 pounds a month after having it done. I always accused the doctor of not taking enough intestine out. He should have just removed it all. I just still survived, I think. Of course, my mother blames me. We all know me, Mom. You know, it's portion control, Elise. You just eat way too much. I mean, instead of eating a little salad, you eat a great big salad. I'm going to convince her that calories, really, a calorie is not a calorie is a calorie. You know, you can eat a whole bowl of salad. I think we all know that nowadays. But the problem is, my mother was a genetically thin woman. She never weighed over 95 pounds for 3/4 of her life. And she's only gained weight since she's gotten over 70. So, you know, she doesn't understand why I even as a child, was huge, and she put me on diets from the time I was 5. And she couldn't understand why I just kept being fat. She kept blaming me. It was my fault, my fault. I was sneaking food, hiding food, eating too much, you know, drinking too much of the wrong things. I never in my life drank a full sugared soda. It was always diet sodas. Then she'd tell me I was going to die of cancer because I ate so much aspartame, and I think I got sick on sorbitol one time, sorbitol poisoning from candy. I mean, I did eat sugar. Friends all ate it, and we'd go down to the Tasty Freeze, and yes, that's just not something in John Cougar Mellencamp's song. We had a Tasty Freeze. And at high school, late high school, all my friends would go down there and hang out at the Tasty Freeze, and they all ate hamburgers and french fries. Of course, these were real hamburgers made, you know, fresh, and real potatoes cut into fries. But if I ate them, I gained pounds, and my friends were all like little sticks, you know. And I kept saying to my mother, why? Why am I fat and why are they thin? Why? Why? Well, there's no sense in asking why. You eat too much. You just eat too much. It's your fault. And I accepted that my whole life. It's my fault. I don't do anything right. But by God, I've tried. I have so tried. I have starved myself. I have counted calories. I got those little boxes. I was going to try doing that portion control. And it came, these little boxes are like this, and I'm like, so I can stuff all the lettuce I want into this little box. And truth be told, I hate salads. Oh my God. There's nothing worse tasting. Oh, come on. I think even the vegan community would have to admit that a bowl full of kale and lettuce and, you know, wheatgrass tastes like garbage. There's no way anyone thinks that tastes good. Come on. Be honest. You know, it tastes like chlorophyll, which tastes horrible. Let's not fool anyone anymore about the damn lettuce and kale, all right? I ate it too. Horrible. You have to drown it in something that tastes good just to get past it. And then I see people going, I put a little salt and pepper and just a tad bit of vinegar on mine. Vinegar's, you know. So, I'd imagine there's somebody out there that likes it, but you'll never convince me. We all have opinions, just like we all had other appendages. So, after I went vegan, I went vegetarian. That way I could have cheese. Well, that kind of, you know, lacto whatever vegetarian, so I could have cheese. And I did that for another 8 or 9 months and gained weight. Or stayed the same. But slowly going up. And so, my mind went back to thinking that when I was somewhere in the early 80s, I was a young woman and my son was a little young boy. I went on Atkins. I did it for 2 years. I'm nothing if not tenacious. I have enough willpower to probably power the planet. And I lost 120 pounds. And I kept it off for a year. But then everybody kept telling me I only have one kidney because I've had kidney surgery and almost died. And I only have one kidney. And they're like, you're going to ruin that kidney from throwing so much protein. Oh my God, my poor kidney. So I quit doing it and ballooned back up. Ate a piece of bread and there I went. I researched and researched. I have a slight understanding of how insulin causes us to pack on the fat and how the fat cells swell, and that some people, they are finally admitting, are genetically prone to that happening and other people aren't. But I don't think it's a widely accepted fact by a lot of people anymore. Still, we are considering that it could have a genetic component, which is explained by I was the only fat kid in our family, and my sister and mother are both tiny skinny, and my dad was a big guy too. He was a big man, and I look like him. So why were 2 of us thin and 2 of us big? Because those 2 were perfect. You're right, I forgot. At least that's what I was told. I love my mother. I just think she's been ill-informed her entire life, and she has never, ever gone to the trouble to study, to try to figure out why she had one fat child and one thin child. And it all boiled down to genetics. Occasionally she would say, well, you look just like your father. You act like him too. Wasn't a compliment. They got divorced. But I'm now doing the keto diet. As we know, I changed my name to Keto Grandma. Somebody else probably already has it. And that's high fat, Not so much high protein. It's high fat. And it's, you know, low or no carb. I've been trying to figure out some recipes for that combination, and I've come up with some pretty good ones. Here's the deal. I'm not hungry, and I'm happy. My brain's working pretty good. Oh, I still have the occasional grandma type brain, you know. But my brain's working pretty good. Like I said, I went to work last night at 9 o'clock at night, and I got off at 2:30 this afternoon. Came home about 3:30. I'll be going back to work here a little before 10, so it's 7 now. And I've had about 5 or 6 hours at home, and I have not taken a nap. As a matter of fact, I'm not even tired. And I attributed a bunch to this keto diet. However, this is the 5th of September, 2016, and I started it last month on the 12th. So I'm within a week of being 1 month, and I am discouraged as all get out. I'm not going to lie. I think maybe I'm not eating enough because I eat so little because I'm not hungry. Intermittent fasting, and I get to work at 10 o'clock at night, and sometimes I don't get off until, like I said, 2 the next day. I don't eat while I'm at work, so 10, 12 hours every day of not eating is no problem. And then I get home and I'm not really hungry, so maybe I'm not eating enough. That sounds weird. At the same time, I gained 2 pounds back. I guess that was the bottom line. I hadn't weighed in a week. I had lost the 4 pounds. I went back to work last night, and I weighed, and I had gained 2 pounds back of the 4 I had lost. I could use several explicatives that grandmothers should not say right now. Discouraged doesn't even come close to describing what I am. Still, I've listened to a lot of your videos, and I know that I keep hearing, oh, if you're metabolically damaged, it could take 3 months to get into ketosis. It could take that long to get there. You have to get the glycogen out of your muscles, and I have a lot of muscles. I've always had a heavy frame with a lot of muscles. I used to bodybuild, and I'm a woman that has no problem building muscle. That's 24 hours. Cream, butter, coffee, you know, bulletproof coffees, the top off of 2 pieces of pizza, and 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, and that would be in 24 hours. I said 90 days on this diet. I meant 90 days. I will not give up. I will keep ketoing. I'm going to keto on for 90 days. I have approximately 67 more days to go. I do enjoy eating. I enjoy cooking. I enjoy food. It's one of the reasons I'm enjoying the keto diet. I enjoy making up recipes that are high fat and low carb. It's fun. It's challenging. Well, you can let me know what you think down below. Are you as confused as I am? I mean, I don't care what kind of diet you follow. I don't care what kind of weight loss plan you follow. I know that if you found what works for you, I am thrilled. I am so happy for you. I wanted to be one of the happy, shiny, raw vegans and vegans. I love the way they run around in their little shirts and tiny shorts, and their little legs don't rub together. They're all like, happy, happy, happy hippies. I so wanted to be one. I am a hippie. I just wanted to be a happy, skinny, healthy hippie. And I'm just thoroughly not expecting to lose any weight on this diet. My mother says it's too much fat, that it's too many calories. There's calories in oil, there's calories in fat. And even though when I go to the bathroom, which is very nice to go to the bathroom now because it's very easy, but it kind of comes out oily. So I know I'm passing some of the oil through, and it's probably from the gastric bypass. So I know I'm not absorbing all of it. But my mother still says that that's just too much fat. And that's why I'm not losing any weight. That I need to cut back even more. So I guess apparently I'm supposed to eat a tiny pat of butter and a teaspoon of cream, and that's it for a 24-hour period. Don't know, Mom. What do you think? I can't figure it out. I think I'm never, ever going to figure this out. And it doesn't seem like the guys who study weight loss and dieting. We've got everything from the raw vegans, the vegans, the vegetarians. My doctor thought vegetarian was the healthiest diet. the people that think the high fat's the healthier diet, the people that think the high protein's the healthier diet. Then there's the people that eat 1,000 calories a day only and you'll live longer, or 500 calories, or whatever the starbursts are. And it's all just so confusing. I'm just trying to do what's right for me. I'm trying to find what's right for me. I think sometimes maybe we just have to accept our fate, you know? Some of us all can't be beauties, can we? Because then the beauties wouldn't have anything to look at and go, that ain't beauty, I am beauty. So, I guess it takes all kinds, and that's what I'm saying. So, yes, I am discouraged. No, I'm not giving up. 90 days, I said it, and I'll say it again. So that's my blog, and that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to cut this out a lot because I know I've rambled some, and people don't like that. And like my kids keep saying, would you keep it down to less than a minute? No one wants to hear you talk, Grandma. But there it is. For anyone who was willing to listen this long, thanks. So, I'm going to cut this off. If you like or want to keep up, you got to hit like or subscribe. Making a whole woman happy. Thanks a lot. I'll see you next week. Maybe sooner.